S.K. Mishraji, our faculty member, Sri S.K. Ghosh, Sri Lakshmanan, Sri V.K. Nayak Associate Dean HBNI, course participants online, faculty members online, the participants of the course, and representatives from BRC, DCSEM, NPCIL, Heavy Water Board, AERV, CISF, BRC Security, DCSM Security, the school teachers from AES School number 1 to 10, the students from the schools. I welcome you all for this today's program. And to begin with, I request Ms. Anisa to bring the bouquet and Mr. Rohit also to bring the bouquets. I will request our VC sir to kindly hand over the bouquet to Commandant Deepak Tiwari, our guest for today's program. I'll request our Dean HPNI, Professor P.D. Nayak, to hand over the bouquet to Commandant Sarang Parvedi. And we'll begin today's program with Deep Prajalan. I request once again our Professor Kamachi Mudaliji, Vice Chancellor HBNI, our guest Commandant Deepak Tiwari ji, Assistant Commandant Professor, our Dean HBNI, Professor Naik, and our senior faculty member, Sri S.K. Mishraji, to come forward for the Deep Prajalan, please. So first of all, let me thank and welcome you all for joining us for today's program. And I also welcome all the participants who have joined us for the program online on WebEx and YouTube. HVNI is conducting a value addition course on disaster management challenges in CBRN. CBRN stands for Chemical, Biological, Radiological, and Nuclear Emergency. This course in HVNI has been initiated as online course part of its obligation towards national program on the effort for disaster risk reduction. In line with the sending framework, the program falls under one of the 10 points announced by our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, towards DRR initiative. As DA is the nodal agency for radiological and nuclear emergency for our countries. As the subject is of multidisciplinary nature, domain experts from DAE, CME, NDMA, ARB, MOAD, Ministry of Defense, NIMHANS, NDRF, including BRC scientists, have been roped in for conducting the 60 lecture sessions in 2 stages. A total of 80 participants have enrolled in the course, which was started on 17th October 2023, with inauguration by Honorable Dr. Padma Vibhushan Anil Kakotkar sir, who is Chancellor HPNI. Honorable Dr. Kakotkar sir had appreciated the HPNI initiative on DRR and suggested further research and analysis on the subject. Course participants include science and engineering graduates, postgraduate students, scientists, researchers from constituent unit and offices of HPNI, professionals and emergency handlers from NPP, cement and fertilizers industries, hospitals, medical field, army and defense personnel, and stakeholders, including foreign nationals from Portugal and Bangladesh. This event is expected to help the participants in understanding the multidisciplinary aspects of disaster management. Though full-fledged courses on disaster management are being run in many universities in our country, but most of such courses mainly deal with natural disasters. This course is unique in the sense that this is a very specific to CBRN disasters and is very useful to students in enhancing their career growth and all those professionals from industries in handling any chemical hazardous substances and or radiological substances or any crisis management. As part of this course, field exercise on CBRN emergencies is planned today by a team of 5th Battalion NDRF, Sudambare near Pune, under the command of Sri Deepak Tiwari ji, who is present amongst us today, who is second in command NDRF, and Assistant Commander Sri Kurve Sarang NDRF will lead the exercise for chemical and radiological scenarios at outside ground. The exercise will begin after a lecture by Sri Commandant Tiwari sir, and the exercise will include a coordination meeting in which an emergency scenario will be worked out to define role and responsibilities. We had representatives for today's functions, including the trained CBRN emergencies responders, police personnel, CISF personnel, security agencies, fire services, medical professionals, observers, and personnel from communication and transport. I thank you them all for joining to make this program successful. Without taking any further time, I will request our second in command, Sri Deepak Tiwari ji, to enrich us with his lecture on disaster risk reduction in CBRN emergency. Sri Commandant Deepak Tiwari ji has joined the forces on 29th December 2006 after his master's in geology with gold medal, and he has held several positions in CRPF, NDRF, and Bihar Police centers. He is honored with various awards like DG CRPF Commendation List, DG NDRF Commendation List, DG Bihar Police Commendation, and others. He is specialized in various courses on internal security, IED courses, first responders, course, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear systems design courses, then rope rescue and floodwater rescue courses. He has held several positions in Jammu and Kashmir, Silchar, Assam, Manipur, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra also. Now I request Commandant Sri Deepak Tiwari ji to deliver our program pledge. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Jai Hind, everybody. Thank you for a very vast and elaborative description of my minister, sir. Respected senior officials from Homi Bhabha National Institute, AERB, BAR, and other institutions who have joined this lecture, which is to be delivered by me, and the participants of the schools. Thank you very much for joining this lecture. This talk come lecture would be given on the topic of disaster management, special emphasis on CBRN and vis-a-vis response of NDRF. So first of all, we should know what exactly disaster is. So disaster means any catastrophic situation wherein which the society or the community, which is the responder at a place, does not able to respond properly to overcome that situation and do require the outside help of certain specialized agencies, which could be man-made, that is anthropogenic in nature, or natural. So we can see that there are a lot of activities which comes under the purview of disaster like droughts, floods, earthquakes, landslides, the CBRN emergencies, the terrorist attacks. Overall, 58.6% of the landmass of India is prone to earthquake of moderate to high intensity, and 68% of the cultivable land is vulnerable to drought. Further, the 12% of the total land is prone to floods and river erosion. And out of the 7,516 kilometers long coastline of our country, about 5,700 kilometers is prone to cyclones and tsunami. Further, the western and the eastern Himalayan states and the western Ghats states are at great risk of avalanches and landslides. With the coming advent of the modernization and the industrialization, the CBRN emergencies is on increase. You can see that India ranks fourth in terms of the economical loss being incurred due to the various types of disasters. So this comparative shows us that India stands fourth in the world, just behind USA, China, and Japan. So because of that very disastrous vulnerability profile of our country, especially after this, the Bhuj earthquake and the Odisha super cyclone, there has been a requirement felt in our country that we should have such type of institutional mechanism, or rather an act which gives way for various type of preventive and mitigative preparedness measures. Earlier, we, before 2035, it was relief-centric approach to responding to disasters. But due to this recent activities in Gujarat earthquake and this in the Odisha super cyclone, the High Accord Committee felt like that there should be some law, and as a result of which the Disaster Management Act 2005 have been enacted by our Parliament, and under Chapter 8 of that Act, Section number 44(1), a specialized force, which is known as National Disaster Response Force, has been constituted, which is taken from the men of the NDRF has been taken from various paramilitary forces of our country. So in this slide you can see the 16 number of battalions which are located all over the country in various parts of our country. So the 5th Battalion NDRF Pune is in Maharashtra, which look after the responsibility to respond to any disaster in Maharashtra and Goa. Apart from these strategic locations, some more locations, which has been known as the Regional Response Centers, RRCs, exactly 28 in number, have also been raised. So as to respond more faster and quickly if any disaster hits in any place of our country. So the role of NDRF is to act or trade. That means when any disaster hits or there is any impending disaster is about to come, so NDRF should act to save lives in case of impending disasters and disasters. Further, during non-operation period, the NDRF personnel are engaged in training activities. These training activities are of themselves in terms of the compact company trainees and various basic and advanced training. And we do impart training to communities in terms of community awareness programs, and the school safety programs have also been conducted for the school-going children. Further, FEMEX is also being conducted in the area of responsibility of each and every unit to make ourselves know various aspects, the topographical and geographical features of that very district, and the district administration over there. So these things are being carried out all throughout the year when there is a non-off. So the USP of NDRF is what? It is the main field responder of Government of India in terms of disaster response. And the personnel of NDRF is being called on deputation from all the paramilitary forces like CRPF, BSF, CISF, Assam Rifles, SSB. So after these personnel are being called into NDRF, so they are put into 19 basic first responder force, since their role is entirely reversed from nabbing and killing Naxals and terrorists. Now the role is to save the people during disasters. So almost all type of disasters are being covered in this CFRC, so that the person during their 7 years tenure, they can act promptly during any disaster to save the precious lives. We have got the team of doctors and paramedics, apart from the specially trained canine squad as well. So we all know that there is a golden hour principle in the disaster management, which means as soon as we reach to any place which has been hit by disaster, the chances of survival of victims is maximum that we can be able to retrieve the live victims. So for this, there is proactive availability to states of the NDRF teams being marked, like if there is any pending disaster, like cyclone is about to come. So the deployment is from the very early phases when we get this information. Then there is pre-push, in flood seasons when there is expected floods in monsoon season. So pre-pushing also being carried out. India is the largest standalone force, not only country, but as far as the whole world is concerned, it is there, which deals with disasters. It is self-contained, all-in-one units, and we do believe in collaborative capacity building, like we give training to different stakeholders, the school-going children and the community overall. Right now, NDRF is located at 40 places, including the RRCs, and further there is proposal to have 28 more RRCs pending in the MHA. And all the battalion personnel are trained in various disasters like natural disaster and then opportunity disasters. And NDRF has got the capability not only to respond in disasters in our country, but when so we're called, we do respond internationally as well. So the strength of NDRF is that during this 19 weeks initial training, everybody is trained in CSSR operations, which means collapse structure, search and rescue operations, the medical first responders, CBRN and emergency modules, flood disaster modules, mountain search and rescue modules, deep diving search and rescue, canine and technical search, and animal disaster response. Now coming on to this the topic which actually is there today, what CBRN is. So CBRN, we can say it is weaponized or non-weaponized chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear materials that can cause great harm or pose significant threats in the hands of terrorists or other people who try to have such type of impact. It could be by weaponized materials during the war scenarios and non-weaponized materials, which could be the dangerous goods and the hazardous materials. The CBRN emergencies can be accidental or intentional. We all know this. So, what is the characteristic of CBRN emergencies? The main characteristics are that it has got potential of mass casualties with long-term effects. Relative ease of cheapness of production is there, and there is initial ambiguity that means we have to wait for a certain time to detect actually what has happened. And there is potential use of combination of CBRN materials, each presenting different response requirement. So every type of this thing, the CBRN incident has different type of response mechanism as per their basic nature. There is need for immediate medical treatment for mass casualties. Whenever any such CBRN incident is there, so there is mass casualty. So we have to prepare ourselves in terms of preparedness as well. Need for immediately available specialized pharmaceuticals. There is specialized detection equipment requirement. Timely, efficient, and effective mass decontamination systems should be there. There is need for organized, trained, and equipped health services personnel. That means the normal health professionals could not respond properly in these type of scenarios. They should be specially trained in this thing, and special medical hospitals should be marked for this thing. Need to establish coordinated incident management response procedure for such incidents. There is need to establish early things that who are affected or who are at risk, so that necessary action can be taken against those things. Further, there is a need for active case finding versus passive case finding, and we should work closely with police and other stakeholders who are working over there. And there is further this thing, the requirement of proactive media management as well, because during such type of situations, it is media which carries out the informative information sharing things to mass people over there who are worried about their relatives and near and dear ones who are residing in such type of areas where there is these incidents happen. So, what all type of CBRN hazards are there? There are chemical hazards, which comprises of chemical warfare agents, the hazardous industrial chemicals, because of leakage, explosion, corrosion, fire, contamination, the ticks and tails, the toxic industrial chemicals and toxic industrial materials. Further, there is biological hazards, which comprises of biological warfare agents, which are bacteria, viruses, and it could be endemic diseases, epidemic diseases, or we can call it the recently there has been pandemic as well, the COVID pandemic. There is also type of biological hazard. So the third one, the nuclear and radiological hazards is there. So there could be nuclear weapons, the improvised nuclear devices, which we call the dirty bombs, the radioactive disposal devices, the radiological exposure devices, industrial accidents, and transportation accidents can also result in radiological hazards. So the peculiarity which is being associated with the CBRN emergencies is that the predictability is not there. We cannot predict that such type of CBRN emergency is going to happen. There is no type of predictions which we can carry out, and further, no system is fail-safe. I have been to nuclear power plant Tarapur, so there I have been briefed that the system is like such advanced that they can contain the radioactive material in some failures there for 48 hours. But we have heard about the Japan triple disasters as well. That thing happened over there because of massive earthquake and tsunami. The reactor has got some problems and radioactive materials have gone out of us. So anything can happen. There is no fail-proof system. The long-lasting and cascading effects is there, and the vulnerability is increasing day by day because the new technologies, the industrialization is coming up, and the town planning which is there, it is marked like such that population should not be near to the nuclear power plants and the industries, but because of this overpopulation and crowding, the people are getting settled near this type of projects and town industries. So the vulnerability is increasing. And the overall awareness in community is very less. So to make the situation under control, or rather we can say to take the preventive measures, the preparedness should be there, and the community which is residing nearby these locations should be made aware of the ill effects if that is such type of scenario happens, and what is expected from them in terms of do's and don'ts. The causes of CBRN emission, I have already told the indiscriminate industrialization, overpopulation, increased consumerism, thoughtless use of hazardous substances, indifference and lack of awareness on the part of consumer goods suppliers, and ignorance on the part of community and administration. Willful deliberate or terrorist activity could also be one of the causes. In this chart, I have tried to depict the likelihood versus the impact scenario. So the nuclear weapons is feared a lot, but its chances is very less because of various type of treaties and warfare conventions. The chances are very lesser, but whenever such type of explosion takes place, the casualties will be very more. So this chart depicts different type of impact scenarios in terms of nuclear weapons, improvised nuclear devices, radioactive materials, the chemical agents, and the biological agents. You can see the biological agents have got the maximum type of potential and can be used as well. There is been said thought process and said that the Chinese people have tried to get this thing, the pandemic from themselves, but it has not been verified as such. So CBRN risk is always there, and we have to work to mitigate and take preventive measures to contain the CBRN risk. Challenges in CBRN response, because as a responder force, we face certain situations wherein which we have to work out the probable solutions to come out of those situations. So every CBRN condition is vary from one another. It is not like that there is some constant thing amongst them. So we have to see what situation is there. First of all, we have to assess what has happened because of this such situation has come up. And then accordingly, as per the scenario, we have to plan a response. Whenever any CBRN emergency is there, there would be mass casualty. It would not be like that there will be certain number of people. So this thing is there, and response has also to be there as in a mass type of thing. We have to involve maximum number of people, the various stakeholders have to be involved in this. And it is difficult to handle as well. Because initially, the people who are there, that scenario, they would not be able to know that what actually has happened. Because without any detection equipment, we cannot detect this thing. So there should be detectors and monitors, then only we can detect what has happened. And afterwards, we can work out towards the protection and utilization and decontamination measures. Few other challenges in CBRN response is the area decontamination. After this response, the area is required to be contaminated. So it takes a lot of time and efforts. Then the mass evacuation, if any area is having CBRN incident in that area, so we have to plan for evacuation as per the scenario and the concentration of that particular chemical over there, the hazardous material. So during evacuation, the people are reluctant to leave their homes. So it has to be planned with the help of local police and administration that people should leave their home when it is required. They have to make understand this. The medical support. When this type of mass casualty people are involved in this type of things, so the medical facilities do get overwhelmed. So the search facility has to be initiated. Then comes the CBRN terrorism. Right now, it is not that much prevalent in our country, but in coming times, this CBRN terrorism can also be one of the problems. Then the new technologies are coming up right now these days, but still our country does not have got that much of R&D. The detectors and the equipment are basically being imported from other countries, and we are into the process as much as I know. We have got our distinguished faculties over here from Bhagat. I'm sure that people are also doing this thing, but right now the foreign firms and institutions are right now having this upper edge. CBRN preparedness in India, the nodal ministry is been defined, like the NHA and under that different ministries are there. National as well as disaster management plans are being made, incorporating all the required and necessary things into it. The capacity building is been done at various levels. The people and the officials at different levels are being involved into this thing. They are being trained how to make response during any such type of scenario. Strategic SOPs are being formulated that how we have to respond in CBRN emergencies, because SOPs are very important. Without we having proper standard operating procedures, there are chances that things may went wrong. And regular mock exercises are also required to make people aware of their and to carry out the coordination during various type of activities involving different stakeholders. Robust scientific institution with proven track record providing indigenous solutions for CBRN emergencies is required. Community awareness is the key factor, because community the people consists of the people who are the first responder who get first hit with these type of disasters. So considering the multi-dimensional impact of CBRN disaster, multi-sectoral, multidisciplinary approach for development of trained manpower, equipment and other facilities is required for handling of CBRN disaster. The nuclear power plant and the MH units along with the temporary administrative bodies has to carry out the on-site and off-site emergency exercises to prepare themselves and sensitize the communities which are residing nearby their locations. So NDRF carries out CBRN training and mock exercises for different type of SDRF, the officials of various agencies of vital institutions like airport and seaports, industrial and the vulnerable communities. As far as the NDRF role and capability is concerned, so I have told that different type of courses are being carried out to make our rescuers trained in terms of different disasters are there. So, which comprises of CBRN as well. So, each and every rescuer of NDRF is given 4 weeks training in the basic training itself. That how to respond in CBRN and what are the basics of CBRN. So, further there are advanced courses like UT and MT courses in NDRF Academy, and we do get trained at MAS, BAR, DA and all. There are 3 CBRN companies specifically marked for responding in CBRN scenario, which amounts to 9 teams. As I have told that all the personnel from these 16 battalions makes about 18,052, they are trained in CBRN training. So, mock exercise and refreshers courses are also being carried out to continue the training process so that things are being replenished. When it comes to NDRF, our planning is as such, which comprises of 4 things: detection, assessment and protection, first part, rescue and evacuation of victims, thirdly, the decontamination, and the fourth one, which comes prior to decontamination, the triage and pre-hospital management of injured victims. So, in this slide, you all can see what actually is the composition of the CBRN in NDRF. There is a team commander, which is of the rank of inspector, and he has got a deputy team leader, 1 information officer, 1 safety officer, and there is technical support team, detection and assessment cum evaluation team, and 2 rescue and evaluation team, 1 decontamination team, add-on support staff, and medical unit comprising of doctors and paramedics. So this is the overall team structure of NDRF CBRN team, which makes it a total of 47 in ideal situations, but sometimes on the lesser side. So the mainstays of CBRN framework comprises of these 7 pillars. In the lower portion of the slide, you can see the prevention, the compliance to regulation, mitigation, preparedness, capacity development, response and relief, rehabilitation, recovery. So, first of all, they should be prevented, adopted in terms of containing this CBRN sort of scenarios when it comes out as a disaster. And that could be achieved through the regulatory mechanism and mitigative measures, which ultimately combines up and give preparedness overall to the responders and the communities. And there should be community development in terms of that capacity development in terms of that stakeholders and the community should be trained that what to do and what not to do in particular type of scenario involving severe incident. Further, the response and relief activities are being carried out whenever this type of incident is stuck up, and afterwards the last is the rehabilitation and recovery process, which is been carried out after this incident. So the 3 basic factors are there: the detection, the protection, and the decontamination. So if any accident involving CBRN incident is there, so first of all, the foremost thing is to detect that actually what had happened. So for that, sensors and detectors are there with us, which gives us the reading and the values actually what had happened, and accordingly, as per those readings, the protective measures are being taken in terms of physical and medical aspects, and it could be collective for the whole team, and for the it comprises of individual protection, as you can wear different type of suits as per the scenarios there. So the sequence of action by NDRF teams as such is the comprises of three different phases: the preparatory phase, the post-incident phase, and the restoration phase. During the preparatory phase, we carry out our different training activities and the calculation of our equipments, the medical preparedness in terms of various type of medicines and all those things is being carried out in preparatory phase. Whenever there is an incident happened in our area of responsibility, comes into two different phases. First one is the notification phase, and second one is the response phase. So notification phase actually comprises of the facts that any information is being received in our control room or to any of our officials that some accident involving CBRN took place. So various type of information is being retrieved from the caller. Actually, what has happened, at which place it has happened, what was the timing, and what was the scenario, so that proper response can be planned. And after this information, the team is notified that such and such incident happened, and the nearest team, which is located to that place, is being marked to carry out the response. So in the response phase, we have got different type of teams, which I have already discussed in our team composition, which comprises of the detection team, which has got the detectors and the monitors, the rescue and the evacuation team, the source recovery team, the decontamination team, and the medical team. In response phase, the safety of the team has got the very vital importance. Like we have to see that whether the situation wherein which the team has to respond, that has got the proper checks and balances or not. The rescuers who are going into such type of hot zones and bomb zones, they are wearing properly all the PPEs, and they are carrying the different type of equipment with them, which are required for proper and effective response. So it is very important that safety officer has got proper training and is available to the team. Further, the detection team will detect the hazard and its intensity, and depending on the intensity, zoning will be done. Zoning in the sense of the hot and cold zones. Zoning will depend on the direction of the wind in terms of the alpha particles, digital disaster, and in terms of the chemical concentration, chemical disaster. And further, the triage of victims and priority of evacuation depend on the condition of victim and the contamination level. So triage, you all do know that the priority is being set, that who all will be the victims who are there in large numbers. We have to set our priority that who has to be evacuated first from there, as per their medical conditions, the contamination. Then setting up the medical post in cold zone and decontamination post at the boundary of border cold zone. Rescue teams evacuate the victims and send them to the decontamination units where the decontamination is being carried out. The serious victims who has been infected with more and more the radiation doses and the chemical contamination are being wrapped in proper bags, community bags, and sent directly to the designated hospitals of such types. Action will be taken to mitigate the hazard with the help of expert agencies. This comprises of BAE and NDRF, various specialized agencies. Recovered hazardous materials will be handed over to the concerned agencies, which exactly is BAE or the people from nuclear power plants. The normal victims and rescuers who have finished their task will be asked to go to the Cuba, the contaminated unit waiting area, which will show during our demo outside after this lecture. The contamination team will decontaminate the victims, rescuers, and themselves. And further restoration of all the victims will be carried out. Afterwards, all the decontaminated persons are assembled in Buda, which is known as the decontaminated unit and disposal area. They will be briefed by the appropriate district authorities and experts what to do further. All contaminated waste is gathered during the operation. Further will be disposed as per the expert guidelines. Affected area is to be rewanted for any type of leftover contamination. If necessary, decontamination process would be repeated. So this was about the response phase. Now comes the last phase, the restoration phase. After remounting and seeing that contamination has been carried out, then incident command post would be informed that the decontamination has been carried out and all the victims who are there in such scenario have been evacuated and rescued. Further, the area has been declared contamination free by the district authorities and with the help of experts who are available over there. The monitoring of responders and victims is also been carried out afterwards with respect to their health and all. And their counseling is also been carried out as and when required. And their database is also maintained for further course of action. This is a training methodology of NDRF personnel. We have got basic courses, advanced courses, specialized courses, daily routine courses in our own unit headquarters, and team level collective training is also been carried out. These are some of the pictures of different type of trainings and the mock exercises which do takes place in our headquarters and the mock exercises. We'll show these steps and exercises over there in the demo outside this hall afterwards. Different type of equipment profile is available with the NDRF, which comes into these three categories: the PPEs, the detection equipment, and the decontamination equipment. I'll quickly run through these slides, and whenever you will like to ask something, or otherwise we'll show this thing outside in the demo. The production equipments, the various type of tools, respirators, canisters, gloves, overboots, the CBA, different type of protective suits are there. Now comes the detection equipment, the dosimeters, Alpha Pro, pulse monitor, RAD, data counting system, micrometers, the micrometer, the tally detectors, the radiation counting systems are there, the isotope identifier is with us. The lead container to have the source for training activities is also available with us. The RVD kit is there. The biothreat alert is with us. The RVD kit is with us. Now comes the decontamination equipments. The different type of suits is with us. The PDK 1 and 2 is with us. PPDU, will show this thing outside this afterwards. Recently, for this G20 summit, we have procured a CBRN helmet vehicle from Bell, 4 in numbers. This is a state-of-art type of vehicle in which all type of detectors and monitors are there, and simultaneously we can go for this thing, the decontamination process as well in this vehicle. And this vehicle is having different type of detectors and equipments which is required to carry out our operations without coming out of this vehicle. So the rescuers who are sitting inside it, they are protected from the outside environment within this vehicle. These are the onboard systems. These vehicles are right now available in our Delhi units. These are some of the operations which are pertaining to CBRN activities in which NDRF has responded. The Mayapuri radio activity in which there was cobalt involved. So, was a source which has been accidentally sold to the scrappers and gone into the hands of different people, in which one fatality was there. The Japan people disaster, you all, one of our team went there and responded in such type of scenario in which other forces have told that they will not go to Japan. So our country responded with one of our team. Our own commandant went there, and the role was widely appreciated by the Japan government. So this is the speech of the Honorable Prime Minister of Japan. Then we responded to Dombivli incident in Dombivli. There was a chemical scenario. Various type of materials were stored in the facility. And, because of accident, we have to carry out this evacuation process over there, and these all chemicals have been flushed out from those that facility. Then styrene gas leakage in Visakhapatnam, you all must have heard about this thing. This is also one of the expert teams also come to the Visakhapatnam for carrying out the rescue relief operations. These are the details. Recently, there is a Blue Jet chemical factory over there in Raigad, which has experienced fire incident. So recently, initially we have not been called, but due to the emergency situation, the one team of NDRF has been called. Accordingly, one of the teams from Pune has responded, and we carried out the condemnation process over there and retrieved the 11 dead bodies which were there in this facility. So, different mock exercises we do carry with various stakeholders, NDMA, SDMA, and railways, Delhi Metro, various other metros nowadays, various MH units, school, colleges, airport authority. So these are the peaks of that, and in total, during the CBRN mock exercises, we have carried out 418 mock exercises right now, which benefited around more than 1.25 lakhs people. We carried out community awareness program. Now coming on to limitations, because there is when we plan for preventive measures, the response and all those things, so there are some limitations as well with the NDRF. Like expertise. So expertise is not with us. Expertise, we try to learn from various experts like PARC, DAE and AERN. So in this process of learning, we do get benefit. So we always look towards the experts who are there in various other institutions. Then for disposal, it is another problematic thing, because we cannot dispose of the radioactive CBRN material to any designated places. Have to be marked. We have to be dependent on that DAE and the expert people. Then comes the mandate. Mandate is not that very clear right now. Although we are only the response force. So whenever we reach to any place, the DC can do things like NDRF has come, so they take care of each and everything. Each and everything could not be taken care by NDRF itself. Every stakeholder has to be involved in that process, because everyone has got his or her own. So if everyone plays its role, then only a proper and prompt response can be carried out. Then another limitation is the large scale decontamination, because the area is very large. So decontamination process involves a lot of effort and time. And for the last one is the coordination mechanism. So this coordination mechanism has to be evolved by carrying out different type of mock exercises involving different stakeholders. So sir, with this I come to the end of my talk. I hope that I have been able to give some insight in the functioning of NDRF. Although you people are very educative. You do know various things because I can see them different learned and experienced people from expert agencies are here. But I try to give an insight to the NDRF operation capabilities and the different type of actions which we do carry out. So I have finished. If there is any query, I am here to answer. Otherwise, I will finish it up. Thank you, sir. At the last, sir, I would like to thank the faculty and team of Homi Bhabha National Institute to invite NDRF over here to give a lecture and we'll be following it up with a demonstration. So this time it is the first time that we have been here for this type of session. In future, if such type of this thing opportunity is been given to us, so we'll come up with different response in terms of chemical, biological, and radiological and nuclear scenario. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Commandant. It was really very interesting and very educative lecture. We have really gained a lot from this lecture, and you have, in fact, given us a little relief by finishing the lecture well in time also. So let us have a big round of applause for him for this lecture. And I now request our Vice Chancellor, Professor Kamachi Mudli sir, to hand over a memento to Commandant Tiwari ji. Friends, we will be having demonstration by a team of 40 personnel led by Commandant Kurbe sir. After finishing the lectures, please be here. Now I request our Vice Chancellor sir to address the gathering with his motivational speech. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Commandant Tiwari ji, Sarang ji, the Post Director, Dr. Mishra, and other key organizers, Dr. Bose, Dr. Mishra, Dr. Lakshman, and all other senior colleagues of HPNI, the special invitees, the participants, and the course participants who are online. A warm welcome to all of you. HPNI has made a special initiative this time to organize this course on the disaster management, particularly with respect to the chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear emergencies. I'm very pleased to tell that we have received very good response of 80 participants, as it was mentioned, including 2 participants from foreign countries. And this course has got 2 parts. Part 1, it's like an introductory of the opening sessions, which is recently ended. The part 2 is a little advanced, that will start I think January 22nd. And after 2 months, there will be an examination and certification will be there for the participants who are passing out this course. And we are going to continue this course regularly over a period of time. And I welcome those who are interested to join. And all other details you can find it in our HPNI website. And as a part of the course, I was delighted that the course organizers have decided to have this special lecture by Commandant Tiwari and also the exercise and field demonstration and how in the real situation the NDRF, the National Disaster Response Force, acts in such situations of chemical, biological, radiological and nuclear emergencies. We are eagerly waiting, including myself, that for the exercise and demonstration outside. And this is only the first time as a part of the course that we have done this. And we are also planning to have very special sessions and also demonstrations with respect to each one of the emergencies, like the chemical emergencies one time, the biological emergencies on next time, and the radiological and nuclear in the next time, so that we bring in more and more awareness as well as training to all stakeholders, including starting from the school students. In fact, both Commandant Tiwari and Sarang, they were mentioning that we have to start from school. All the school students should be first given the training and awareness on the disaster management, and particularly all our children with respect to the CBRN emergencies, since we are all very close to such facilities. Definitely we will be doing this. We will take joint hands with you, and also we will look into the specialized courses that you want from us also, that you have been mentioning, that we will discuss with our department and come back to you. And so that we are also going to benefit you with the interaction that you have with us today. And I'm sure that you will also get more knowledge on advanced technologies, advanced protection methods, and detection methods, and so on. So this is a very good opportunity and a good beginning for us to join hands. And I'm sure that we will have next time more elaborate, maybe this is just for a short time we have. And we will have next time maybe do a day for chemical, a day for biological, and day for radiological, and nuclear, so that very elaborate training demonstrations should be there for those who are joining. And in the longer run, I feel that even our course participants can come to Pune and they can have 1 week or 2 weeks, they can undergo some hands-on training and knowledge on that, so that they have some practical exposure of those detection and prevention and all other operations that you have been mentioning. So with this, I think that a very good beginning has been made, and I want to congratulate the course director, Dr. Misra, and other organizers, Dr. Bose, Dr. Misra, Dr. Lakshman, and other faculties, all the special faculties from ARP, DRC, NDMA, and so on. And HPN is also making efforts now to prepare joining hands with the NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, to prepare 3 modules on the chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear emergency preparedness. And these modules are going to be very elaborate, and this is a very prestigious thing. And I'm sure that maybe in a year time, we will be able to complete these 3 modules and submit to NDMA. It will be a contribution to the national disaster management efforts from our department and from HPN. So with this short address, I want to thank once again Commandant Tiwari, Commandant Sarang, and the team who are here with all the efforts with enthusiasm to showcase the exercise and demonstration to all of us here. We look forward to have continuing interaction. Thank you very much for supporting our course. And I want to thank all the participants and the special invitees whoever have come here to listen to this excellent lecture that was delivered by Commandant Tiwari, as well as to witness the exercise and the demonstration that will be conducted shortly after the tea break. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your highly encouraging words. Your words really carry a very big meaning and big importance for us. It gives us a lot of strength to carry out such programs in future. Thank you, sir. And actually, when we planned this today's function, we had booked the smaller hall in this DA Convention Center because we did not know that we'll get such a huge response and nominations. And I'm very happy that we have school children from our schools. They have come, and let us have a big round of applause for them. And had I known that we will be booking this larger hall in the last minute, I would have invited more students and more teachers from the school. So kindly excuse me for this slip, but next time we'll make it better. And we have a very strong team of about 120 CISF personnel and equally strong team of BRC security, about 50 personnel for today's program. This has really added a lot of wastage for our function. Plus, we have nominations from, as I mentioned, from BRC, NPCIL, Heavy Water Board, NAERB. I really thank all of them very much for making this program successful. And now I request our Registrar, Dr. P.C. Selvin, to deliver a vote of thanks before we proceed further for the field demonstration by NDRF. Thank you, sir.
Nobody can stop natural disaster. We are the cause and we are the remedy, says Santosh Kalra. I am Professor Selvin to stand before you to propose the formal vote of thanks for this great and giant program. Good evening to one and all present here. I thank Dr. H. Misra, the program coordinator, for a nice welcome address and introducing the chief guest. I thank Sri Deepak Diwari, the 5th Battalion of National Disaster Response Force from Pune, and Commandant Sarang for his presence. This talk is really excellent, highly informative. Starting from the definition of disaster and sole federal field responder has made a lot of informations. The characteristic of the CBRN emergencies, types, causes, and challenges faced by CBRN responses, and development of new technology. And here again, given the information to all the scientists that still lot of things has to be done in detecting the these kind of chemical hazards. And mainstays of the CBRN framework and the response from CBRN emergency responses, detection, perfection, protection, and decontamination, source of various preparatory phase, restoration phase. Almost he has covered what could be taught for about 5 to 6 hours in a regular class. Has completely given in a small nutshell and crisp, and within the given time. More importantly, he has completed this work. Thank you very much for your elaborative and informative talk, sir. I thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ramachandra, for his encouraging address and facilitating the chief guest, Dr. Tiwari. So, experiential learning is the base of learning. So, I think this course on disaster management is perfect in the sense it is giving all the experiential learning for all the participants as well as the participants of online. So I thank our HBNI office forcework for making all the necessary arrangements. I thank exclusively our IT technocrats for making the event a highly successful one. I thank Professor P.D. Nayak, who is going to present the closing remark after the exercise. and field demonstration. I'm having some list of members to be thankful for this. I thank all the faculty members of this program, Professor S.K. Misra, S.K. Ghosh, S.P. Lakshmanan, Mr. Gunar Sharma, Mitra Basu Chiller, and various nominees from BRC, Director BRC, Controller BRC, BRC Safety Council Chairman, CMD, NPCAL, Chairman AERB, Chief Executive, Hay Water Board, Chairman AES, Director DCSCM, for permitting the participants to attend this program. And various participants, it's a program is mainly for participants. I'm so happy that the hall is full from BRC Securities, DCSCM security officers, CISF security officials, and students from AES, and so many online participants. Thank you all for your active participation. Jai Hind. Everyone is requested to join for the tea arranged just outside the hall in the lobby. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Everyone is requested to join for the demonstration. After the tea will be served, please. So, can join for tea. Demonstration will be followed after the tea.
We are having a break of about 10 minutes for the tea, and then immediately we'll proceed for the demonstration, which starts around 4:30. So let us go for the demonstration as quickly as possible after having a cup of tea. Thanks.
The atomic energy program was started in the country in 1948, and the Department of Atomic Energy, DAE, was established in 1954 by the visionary Indian nuclear scientist Dr. Homi Jahangir Bhabha, who envisioned it as the hub for the development of nuclear science and technology and their applications. The objectives for DAE were multifold, namely to create know-how for harnessing atomic energy for power generation, using radiation technology for societal applications in agriculture, healthcare, and industry, while carrying out basic research in a variety of domains of mathematics, science, engineering, and medicine. Right from its inception, DAE has placed great emphasis on the in-house development of human resources for carrying out its research and development activities. To meet this objective, the BARC Training School was established in 1957. Subsequently, to further strengthen the development at DAE establishments and push the frontiers of nuclear science and engineering through academic programs, the Homi Bhabha National Institute, HBNI, was established in 2005. It was recognized as a deemed to be university by UGC and given the status of a grant-in-aid institution of DAE in 2014. HBNI was accredited with an A grade by National Assessment and Accreditation Council in 2015. HBNI conducts postgraduate and doctoral programs in various disciplines across its 11 campuses, comprising the 4 research and development units of DAE, Bhabha Atomic Research Centre, BARC, Mumbai, Indira Gandhi Centre for Atomic Research, IGCAR, Kalpakkam, Raja Ramanna Centre for Advanced Technology, RRCAT, Indore, and Variable Energy Cyclotron Centre, VECC, Kolkata, and the 7 grant-in-aid institutions of DAE, namely Harish Chandra Research Institute, HRI, Prayagraj, Institute of Mathematical Sciences, IMSC, Chennai, Institute of Physics, IOP, Bhubaneswar, the Institute for Plasma Research, IPR, Gandhinagar, National Institute of Science, Education and Research, NISER, Bhubaneswar, Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics, SINP, Kolkata, and Tata Memorial Centre, TMC, Mumbai. HBNI is thus a conglomeration of constituent institutions and off-campus centre with a thriving academic and research environment. The organizational architecture of HBNI, with a central hub at Mumbai being linked to centres of excellence all around the country, is one of its strengths and has facilitated research and development across diverse disciplines while sharing common objectives. The academic and research activities at the constituent institutions have significantly enhanced the country's indigenous capability in nuclear science and technology and generated capable and dynamic human resources to man and spearhead these programs. HBNI offers options in 32 diverse academic programs across physical sciences, chemical sciences, engineering sciences, mathematical sciences, life sciences, medical and health sciences, as well as humanities. In addition, HBNI also runs several academic programs towards skill development for the country. In the 15 years since its inception, HBNI has awarded over 1,600 PhDs, with around 250 PhDs being awarded in 2019-2020 alone, a notable academic achievement. More than 2,200 publications in high-quality journals during 2019 bears testimony to the faculty and student quality of HBNI. Students are also encouraged to present their work at international conferences by extending financial assistance. Apart from the quality of faculty, mentors and students, excellence is enabled by world-class research facilities such as research reactors, accelerators, state-of-the-art equipment and ultra-modern experimental and computational facilities across all its centers. This has created the ecosystem necessary to push the boundaries of innovation and solve crucial and challenging problems. HBNI has been ranked 14th in the list of top universities in the country by the National Institutional Ranking Framework. In recent times, MOUs have been signed with several eminent national and international institutions. These measures shall also add a range of value-added programs to the curriculum and are expected to lead to a further enhancement in the quality, outcomes and ranking of HBNI in the future. HBNI is also rapidly adapting to the new age teaching methodologies, and capacity is being ramped up towards improved infrastructure facilities in sync with the current trends of online teaching, webinars, and incorporation of augmented and virtual reality in the teaching learning methodologies. This is expected to increase opportunities, raise academic standards, and widen the base across various segments and strata.
हेलो हेलो।
हाँ, आवाज पहले तो सही आ रहा था, ये जोड़ा नहीं, अभी कनेक्शन के बाद हो गया।
ये जो हो गया। हेलो सर।
सर
वो थोड़ा आवाज आएगा बोल रहा था ये पीछे तो तुम ही
हाँ, रखवा ली सर अपने। ओके। अभी तो सर ये इनका खड़ा उड़ा होने का चल रहा है, वो कैमरे वैमरे सेट हो रहे हैं, तो जहाँ तक मेरा आइडिया टाइम पे 5-7 मिनट तो लगाई दीजिए। हाँ सर, ओके सर। हाँ, मैं कॉल कर दूंगा सर।
एक बार अनाउंस कर देते हैं सभी लोन में चले जाएंगे। नहीं क्या नहीं क्या
वो कर लेते।
वही इसमें कर दो ना, इसमें बोलो।
बोलो।
चालू है।
हाँ सही है ना।
कर दीजिए लोन के लिए।
सर आप बोलेंगे तो बेटर रहेगा देखने के लिए। हाँ सर बोलिए, आप बोलिए। आप बोलेंगे तो सब सुनेंगे। बोलिए सर, बोलिए बोलिए सर।
हेलो, ये सभी मेंबर लोन में चले जाइए कृपया करके। लोन में चले जाइए डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन देखने के लिए, वहां से सभी को दिखाई देगा।
बस एम्बुलेंस वाला काम करवा दो आप, बस यहाँ पे लगवा दो उल्टा करके।
ड्राइवर देख लेगा। कृपया ध्यान दें, एम्बुलेंस ड्राइवर जहां भी मौजूद हो, एम्बुलेंस ड्राइवर और फायर ब्रिगेड जहां भी मौजूद हो स्टेजिंग एरिया में आकर मिले। एम्बुलेंस ड्राइवर और फायर ब्रिगेड स्टाफ जहां भी मौजूद हो स्टेजिंग एरिया में तुरंत संपर्क करें। हेलो माइक चेक। हेलो हेलो।
नहीं सर। वेरी गुड।
हेलो
सर
हाँ इधर हम
आ जाएगा। बंद नहीं क्यों? जो आया बढ़ा लेने का पड़ेगा 30-40 मीटर। हाँ वही देना, वो लेने से जब वो ले लेंगे। इतने में केवल नहीं जाना देगी तो लोग इधर जाना थी पॉइंट पे लगा रहे पे लगा रहा और भी देती ना उसको दे दूं इसको दे दो ये जगह पूरा मारते हैं ऐसे कहता है मारते हैं हाँ ठीक है आगे तो अब हो गया आता किलो लॉट की
हेलो हेलो
हाँ ले रहा है ये पूरा सिस्टम है पूरा इसको मेरा वहाँ से वीडियो करना फोटो में
हेलो माइक चेक 1 2 3
चल यहाँ ध्यान दे प्रोग्राम वाले एक लड़की कर रहे हैं ना यस सर सामने पूरा अगेंस्ट साइड है आप चलेगा हम वहाँ
हेलो हेलो हेलो
स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं रेसिडेंट मैं आपको कॉल करूँगा
जहांगीर साहब, जहांगीर साहब, जब उनका आए तो उनको बता देना। ठीक है। हम्म। आज के इस महोत्सव में उपस्थित सभी विभागों के अधिकारी, शिक्षार्थी एवं साथियों, मैं निरीक्षक चंद्र कुमार आप सभी का इस सीनियर एक्सरसाइज में हार्दिक स्वागत व अभिनंदन करता हूँ। आज के इस युग में हर जगह रेडिएशन सेंटर, रेडियोथेरेपी, कीमोथेरेपी, सब संस्थान एवं औद्योगिक क्षेत्रों में रेडियो आइसोटोप का उपयोग किया जा रहा है। रेडियो आइसोटोप के उपयोग के दौरान सावधानी के बावजूद भी इस बढ़ते उपयोग के साथ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन व इस्तेमाल के दौरान होने वाली दुर्घटनाओं से इनकार नहीं किया जा सकता। इसलिए रेडियो आइसोटोप से संबंधित होने वाली किसी भी दुर्घटना के लिए हमें तैयारी भी है। यहाँ पर इसी प्रकार के डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन का भाषण या प्रदर्शन के द्वारा अभ्यास किया जा रहा है। समय के अभाव को देखते हुए प्रदर्शन के कुछ हिस्से पहले से तैयार कर लिए गए हैं। आज जिस घटना का हम अभ्यास करने जा रहे हैं वो इस प्रकार है कि दिनांक 5 जनवरी 2024 को लगभग 11 बजे बार्ग गेट के पास एक संदिग्ध बॉक्स पड़े होने की जानकारी मिलती है, जिसकी जानकारी गेट सिक्योरिटी द्वारा को दी जाती है, जिसके बाद उपकरणों की सहायता से रेडिएशन चेक करते हैं। रेडिएशन डिटेक्शन इक्विपमेंट द्वारा रेडिएशन की उपस्थिति का संकेत देने पर खतरे को देखते हुए सिक्योरिटी इंचार्ज द्वारा घटना की जानकारी बीएमसी कंट्रोल रूम को दी जाती है। बीएमसी कंट्रोल रूम स्थिति का जायजा लेते हुए और गंभीरता को देखते हुए इसकी जानकारी एनडीआरएफ कंट्रोल रूम को देता है और एनडीआरएफ कंट्रोल रूम इसकी जानकारी देकर सीबीआरएन टीम को अलर्ट करता है। मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि एनडीआरएफ के जवान प्रशिक्षण के पश्चात 1 साल के प्रशिक्षण के पश्चात मेडिकल फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर, कोलैप्स सर्च एंड रेस्क्यू, फ्लड रेस्क्यू, डीप डाइविंग, माउंटेनिंग, रॉक क्लाइंबिंग, हेलिक्स रिग्गिंग, केमिकल, बायोलॉजिकल, रेडियोलॉजिकल, न्यूक्लियर इमरजेंसी आदि का कठिन प्रशिक्षण प्राप्त करते हैं। घटना के बारे में आवश्यक जानकारी लेने के बाद एनडीआरएफ, सीबीआरएन, खोज एवं बचाव टीम निरीक्षक अशोक कुमार के नेतृत्व में घटनास्थल की निगरानी करती है। वो गाना निकालो।
हिम्मत बुलंदी है अपनी और पत्थर की है जान। जैसे इंडिया की टीम घटनास्थल पर पहुंचती है, टीम कमांडर घटना पर मौजूद इंसिडेंट कमांडर एवं प्रत्यक्षदर्शियों से घटना के बारे में आवश्यक जानकारी प्राप्त करते हैं। फोन नहीं हो रहा क्या? दूसरा दे दो, ये दे दो। हेलो 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 हेलो, ठीक, खड़े हो, खड़े हो, खड़े खड़े हेलो
सर सर एनडीआरएफ की एक टीम घटनास्थल पर पहुंच गई। श्रीमान जी, क्या कार्रवाई हुई है सर?
हेलो।
आवाज ठीक आ रही है ना? हेलो। हेलो। ठीक है सर, हमारी टीम जो सीबीआरएन में दक्ष है, हम अपनी कार्रवाई आगे शुरू करते हैं। जय सर। घटनास्थल के बारे में आवश्यक जानकारी प्राप्त करने के बाद वे किसी भी खाने पीने की खुली वस्तु का उपयोग नहीं करने की हिदायत दी जाती है। जैसा कि इंसिडेंट कमांडर महोदय द्वारा सूचित किया गया है कि सामने आप जैसे देख रहे हैं वहां पे कुछ सस्पेक्टेड रेडियो एक्टिव मटीरियल पाया गया है। बैकग्राउंड रेडिएशन से ज्यादा रेडिएशन मिला है, तो हमको जो है टीडीएस और अलारा सिद्धांत का प्रयोग करते हुए सोर्स को रिकवरी करना है। जो विक्टिम वहां पे फंसे हुए हैं उन्हें सुरक्षित बाहर निकालना है। क्या आप इसके लिए तैयार हैं? ओके। सेफ्टी ऑफिसर चेक विंड डायरेक्शन। सेफ्टी ऑफिसर को विंड डायरेक्शन का चेक करने अधिकारी को चेक करके हवा की दिशा बहुत ही अहम रोल अदा करती है, क्योंकि जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं हवा की दिशा में सीबीआरएन इमरजेंसी के दौरान इसलिए राहत और बचाव कार्य आवश्यक है। यदि हवा की दिशा को चेक करने के बाद उनके सुरक्षा अधिकारी द्वारा हवा के विपरीत दिशा में लगाने के निर्देश दिए जाते हैं। इसके बाद स्टेटिंग लगाने के बाद टीम कमांडर सेफ्टी ऑफिसर को सेफ्टी करने का निर्देश देते हैं। टीम सावधान, टीम विश्राम। जैसा कि टीम कमांडर महोदय द्वारा सूचना मिली है कि बाग के एक लोकेशन और फैन रेडियो एक्टिव मटीरियल होने की प्रेजेंस पाई गई है। इस रेडियो एक्टिव मटीरियल की प्रेजेंस होने के कारण 2 से 3 कार्मिक विक्टिम हैं। हमें इस ऑपरेशन के दौरान उन विक्टिमों को सुरक्षित बाहर निकालना और सोर्स को सील्ड करना है। इस दौरान सभी कार्मिक पेपर पीपी का इस्तेमाल करेंगे। कोई भी कार्मिक इस दौरान किसी भी खाने पीने वाली वस्तु का इस्तेमाल नहीं करेगा। जो भी कार्मिक इनर कोडन के अंदर जाकर कार्रवाई करेगा वह बिना डीकॉन हुए बाहर नहीं आएगा। इस ऑपरेशन को सक्सेस बनाने के लिए कुछ एक कम्युनिकेशन सिग्नल बनाए गए हैं। हाथ ऊपर आउटर कोडन का इशारा होगा, हाथ ऊपर मुट्ठी बंद इनर कोडन का इशारा होगा, हाथ ऊपर मुट्ठी बंद अंगूठा नीचे सोर्स मिलने का इशारा होगा, हाथ सामने मुट्ठी बंद अंगूठा नीचे विक्टिम मिलने का इशारा होगा। यदि वहां डीकॉन होने के उपरांत वहां का ग्राउंड रेडिएशन लेवल ग्राउंड रेडिएशन के लेवल के बराबर पाया जाता है तो वहां सभी को बात समझ में आई? टीम सावधान। प्रोटेक्शन टीम। जैसा कि आपने देखा टीम के सेफ्टी ऑफिसर द्वारा सेफ्टी ब्रीफिंग करने के पश्चात टीम कमांडर को और उसके बाद टीम कमांडर ने सबसे प्रोटेक्शन पार्टी का बनाया। जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं टीम के ऑफिसर द्वारा प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को बहुत ही सावधानी से चेक किया जा रहा है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर सीनियर के दौरान छोटे सी चेक करने के पश्चात टीम कमांडर पार्टी को कराया।
सदस्य के पास CBRN खतरों का पता लगाने के लिए विशेष उपाय होते हैं, जिसमें इंडिकेटर, माइक्रो एक्सीलरेटर, अल्फा एक्सीलरेटर आदि शामिल हैं। इस वर्ष में सभी बचावकर्ताओं ने CBRN की सुरक्षा प्रदान करने एमबीसी केंद्र को स्वास्थ्य लेने के लिए आज इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं। बीटा एक्सेलरेट करता है। बीटा की अगर बात करें करता है। वहीं बात करें कर 1000 करता है। वहीं माइक्रो करता है। उसके जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं
ऑर्डर कॉर्डन टीम
इसके बाद कार्रवाई शुरू कर दी है। जैसा कि
ऑर्डर कॉर्डन टीम पर्सनल डिकॉन टीम इवैक्यूएशन टीम
ये बताएंगे क्या? ये जो रोड पे आ गए इनको थोड़ा इधर होना चाहिए, दिखेगा नहीं क्या?
के बाद एडवांस करते हैं। उसके बाद का इस्तेमाल किया जाएगा और इन बचाव करता है इस प्रकार के वातावरण में सुरक्षा प्रदान करता है। इसके अलावा बचाव करता हुआ जैसा कि कलर करके इसके सूचना सामान्य सबसे और उनको से होकर गुजरना पड़ता है जिनसे शावरिंग के चरण से गुजरकर जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं एम्बुलेंस के और हॉस्पिटल की की जानकारी उपचार के लिए समुचित व्यवस्था की जा सके चोट के साथ लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग कंडीशन से बाहर उनको आप कि ब्रेकिंग स्टेशन से गुजरना सबसे पहले यहाँ पर कपड़े को उसके बाद तो उसको चेक किया जाता है इक्विपमेंट्स के माध्यम से सॉल्विंग उसके बाद पे साबुन से जाता है उसके बाद से इक्विपमेंट्स का इस्तेमाल करके चेक किया जाता है और अगर बाद सोर्स रिकवरी
सोर्स रिकवरी टीम
सोर्स रिकवरी का पता लगने के पश्चात तुरंत सोर्स रिकवरी टीम को सोर्स को घटनास्थल से बाहर निकालने के लिए पालन करता है सोर्स को निकाल सकता है अगर सिद्धांत का सही तरीके से बचाव करता है तथा साथ ही टाइम सोच टाइम सिद्धांत का पालन करते हुए यहाँ पर बचाव करता कम से कम समय एक सोर्स के पास ऐसे और जैसा कि सोर्स के बाद अगला चरण एरिया का आता है एरिया के कारण घटनास्थल से टीम
एरिया डिकाउंटिंग
रिकवर करके आए जाने के बाद है और काफी अधिक होता है वह पर के बाद आ जाता है तब तक वर्णोत्तर का के कारण के जैसा कि एक खास तरीके के एक टंकी स्प्रे के साथ सबसे पहले स्प्रे किया जाएगा ताकि सब कुछ इसके बाद घटना की सतह को उस आदि को स्टोर करके ताकि सुरक्षित तरीके से किया जा सके
Remonitoring to और मैं सारा करके सेफ्टी ऑफिसर टीम को
और इसके बाद सुरक्षा में काफी अदा करते हैं जैसा कि आपके सामने कुछ के माध्यम से चरण स्थापित किए गए हैं पहला चरण आप देख पा रहे हैं और पेशेंट के दौरान सभी उपकरणों को करते हैं क्योंकि यह उपकरण के क्षेत्र में सेकंड और यहाँ पर NBC and group each one NBC so सुरक्षा इसके बाद चौथे चरण की बात करें तो ओवरबार हुआ सर ऑपरेशन के दौरान इस्तेमाल किया गया है उसको कट करके निकाला जाता है क्योंकि कनेक्टर लेकिन स्कोप को इसलिए सूप को कट करके उसके सामने और सूप को कट करके निकाल देते हैं। एक साल के बाद स्क्वायर की मॉनिटरिंग की जाती है और अगर स्क्वायर में किसी भी प्रकार का रेडिएशन आता है तो उसको चेक किया जाता है। जैसा कि आप देख रहे हो कि एनबीसी ओवरबोर्ड को कैंची की सहायता से इस चैन में काट कर निकाला जा रहा है। मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि एनडीआरएफ के जवान कठिन प्रशिक्षण के पश्चात एक बचावकर्ता के रूप में तैयार होते हैं। ये जवान मेडिकल फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर, स्ट्रक्चर सर्च एंड रेस्क्यू, आदि से संबंधित कठिन प्रशिक्षण प्राप्त करने के बाद एक कुशल बचावकर्ता के रूप में ट्रेन किए जाते हैं। ये गाना चलाओगे? ओवरवुड वाला ओवरवुड वाला पहले ही हो गया। इस चरण में एनबीसी ओवरवुड होता है। इस चरण में रेस्क्यूअर द्वारा सीबीआरएन इमरजेंसी के दौरान इस्तेमाल किए जा रहे लेटेक्स ग्लव्स व लेटेक्स ओवरबूट को जो कि पहले मेथड द्वारा होता है। इसके बाद रेस्क्यूअर को अगला चरण जिसको अगला चरण जो कि उसके जैसा कि आप देख रहे हो पांचवें चरण जो कि मॉनिटरिंग का चरण है उसमें विभिन्न प्रकार के उपकरणों का इस्तेमाल करते हुए रेस्क्यूअर के शरीर पर मौजूद अल्फा बीटा व गामा के कंफर्मेशन को चेक किया जाता है और इसके लिए एक्सटर्नल इक्विपमेंट का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है। अगर रेस्क्यूअर के शरीर पर किसी प्रकार का कंफर्मेशन पाया जाता है तो उसके अनुसार कार्रवाई की जाती है। इसके बाद अगले चरण में इस चरण में रेस्क्यूअर द्वारा टीचिंग के दौरान इस्तेमाल किए गए को हटा देता है। ये कैनिस्टर रेस्क्यूअर को 120 मिनट तक श्वास लेने की सुरक्षा प्रदान करता है। अगला चरण शामिल का यहाँ पर रेस्क्यूअर को शामिल से जाता है ताकि किसी भी तरह का कंटेंट व्यक्ति के शरीर पर न जाए। नहाने के दौरान इस्तेमाल किए सुरक्षित निकाल के लिए स्टोर किया जाता है। इसके बाद आठवां चरण इस चरण नहाने के बाद किसी प्रकार का कंटेंट उनको फिर से साबुन के चरण से ये प्रक्रिया तब तक होती है जब तक कि चेक किया जाता है उसके कंटेंट उसके बाद इस चरण में बीकॉम का आखिरी चरण है। मेडिकल देखा जाता है कि क्या किसी प्रकार के किसी प्रकार के साइन सिम्टम, अगर इस प्रकार के कोई सिम्टम पाया जाता है तो उसी के अनुसार आगे के उपचार। कोई साइन एंड सिम्टम नहीं पाया जाता घोषित किया जाता है। घोषित करने के बाद उसके बाद और किसी भी करना इसके बाद शटर में आवाज कौन किया होता है। अगर किसी भी प्रकार का सिचुएशन पैदा कर सकते हैं। के बाद सुरक्षा प्रदान करने के बाद अच्छी तरीके से सभी गाँव की गई कार्रवाई के बाद
जय साहब, रेडिएशन चेक किया गया सर, एरिया को डिकॉन किया गया, किसी प्रकार का रेडिएशन नहीं पाया गया। रेडिएशन बैकग्राउंड रेडिएशन लेवल के बराबर है सर। एरिया को रेडिएशन मुक्त घोषित किया जा सकता है।
जानकारी के बाद और यहाँ पर रेडिएशन के सिनेरियो का अभ्यास समाप्त होता है। आप सभी का की टीम की तरफ से आप सभी का और अब हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि हमारे टेक्निकल का हेलो 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 माइक चेक
बड़ी बंद करते थे 30 मिनट के बाद क्या मान लें इसको फोकस नहीं करते ना वेबसाइट में चंद हो ये दिखाएंगे ये अलग पानी में थी नहीं क्या वो पता मेडिकल में दे बोला बोला अंदर का बोल के मेडिकल में दे लोग कौन सा मेडिकल हमारे जहाँ पे गाड़ी पार्किंग है हम मेडिकल है पूछते कि किधर है बोला वो ड्राइवर के बाजू में बड़ा ड्राइवर है जो और आप मेरे लिए बैठा हो तो मेरे एक क्या बोला तू अगली जगह हाँ तो है बोला के बाद में क्या नहीं पहली जगह पर बैठा है बाहर से लेंगे आवाज हमारी बना
सर जैसा कि प्रकार से केमिकल आपसे जानकारी प्राप्त करते हैं वर्तमान में आपसे जानकारी प्राप्त करने के बाद इन कमांडो घटना का और उसके बाद इनके सेफ्टी ऑफिसर इन डायरेक्शन का करके कराते हैं और टीम पे करके इंसिडेंट कमांडो जानकारी के बाद और केमिकल के बाद और अभियान के बाद अदा करते हैं इसलिए केमिकल सर यहाँ आप में जाने वाले सभी मुश्किलों को काफी चेक किया गया डिटेक्शन केमिकल चेक करके माइक्रो आधार इसके साथ यहाँ से और अगर क्या खत्म सर कंटिन्यू अमोनिया की अगर एलईओ लेवल की बात करें तो अमोनिया लेवल जहाँ पर अमोनिया लेवल नहीं पाया जाता है वहाँ पर और जहाँ पर यहाँ तक
और कितने हैं?
बस हो गया सर हाँ सर सर उसके बाद
और 9 स्टेप्स होगा उसके आप सभी का I thanks NDRF team for coming here demonstrating regional emergencies rescue operation. Thank you all.